Hey everybody, Michael here from Night Noon Games, and this past June I went to Origins. Now, Kelsey from the Arcane Library, who I'm sure you all know, was supposed to run a seminar on building a Shadowdark dungeon. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it, so both myself and my good pal JP Coovert filled in for her. So this video is a audio recording along with my screen recording of that session. And then if you look down in this video's description, down below, you'll also see a link where you can download the finished adventure. Now, we only had an hour, so we didn't get it quite finished in that time, but with a little bit of help and a few hours after this seminar, we were able to put something together that I think is a lot of fun, and I think you would have a lot of fun if you wanted to play it. Now, one more thing before we get into all that. I just wanted to let you know that I am one of the writers on the new Roll for Combat project, Battlezoo 3 Secret Tomes for Shadowdark RPG. What I'm doing for this project is I've taken all of the awesome monsters that you would see from Roll for Combat's other bestiaries for 5e and for Pathfinder, and adapted them for use in Shadowdark. If you're a Shadowdark GM, I think you're going to really appreciate having all of these additional options at your table. 3 whole books of them, in fact. There's also going to be a bunch of mini one-shots as well as extra classes, which I'm also working on writing. And I think one of the biggest selling points is, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably familiar with Professor Dungeon Master. He just announced that his game Deathbringer RPG is actually being made for use with Shadowdark RPG as well, and I'll be working on that project too. So if you want to go check out that ongoing Kickstarter campaign for the 3 new secret tomes for Shadowdark RPG, you can find a link for that down in the description below as well. So without further ado, here is the seminar from Origins. I hope you enjoy it. Welcome everybody to the Shadowdark Dungeon Design Seminar. As you can probably tell, I'm not Kelsey Dion, and neither's this guy. Kelsey sends her regrets that you couldn't be here. She had a personal issue come up, and I hope you're okay with dealing with the B team today. This here, if you're unfamiliar, is JP Coovert. You might know him from his great series of YouTube videos where he teaches people how to draw using simple shapes and putting it all together to make really great pieces of art. He also has a Patreon where every month he produces a RPG zine with his cool art style, and it's really dope. And he's also very well known for his most recent large project, which is Dragontown and the Darkness Below, which was a compilation of 12 of these zines in a sweet hardbound book, and it's like a big box set that he has with it too, so it's really cool.
Man.
Yeah. Future Emmy award-winning RPG designer, JP Coovert?
Let's just drop the any part and...
Even if it's future? Okay. As for me, hi, I'm Michael Putlak. I freelance with the Arcane Library and helping Kelsey with a lot of logistics, customer support, things like that. So if you ever email saying, hey, where's my PDF or what's going on with this, I'm probably the one that's going to reply. I also have my own outfit called Night Noon Games, where I've published Shadowdark stuff of my own. Most recently, the guide to creating and adapting monsters for use in Shadowdark RPG, which teaches you how to take monsters from other systems and use them in Shadowdark. If you want to find that, it's available as pay what you want on my itch page or on my website, nightnoon.games, and then to find JP, I should have said jpcoovert.com. Yep, there we go. As we dive into this, you guys probably know we have a limited amount of time, and we've got 8 rooms that we want to fill in this dungeon. Don't worry, I'm confident that you all will be able to separate today your player mind from your player character's mind when you play this, and I think that'll be a fun exercise for everyone. So thanks for Lurking Fears for helping set this up, providing GMs and all that stuff. The way this is going to work is we're going to run it whose line is it anyways style. So just picture me as Drew Carey. And we're going to shout out prompts, and then hopefully you'll shout some stuff back at us. We'll fill things out as we go, and probably have some kind of a dungeon afterwards. Hopefully. Another thing I should mention is, while this looks like a dungeon map you might play, this is just an outline of what this might be. So we don't have to be super rigid. It's not like every room has to be square. So to start, we're going to come up with a theme, and I think that'll influence what this looks like. So shout out some theme ideas. Examples would be like...
Mystic art.
Mystic arts? Fungus?
Fungus, ooh.
What do you think? Fungus?
I think fungus sounds pretty good.
Okay,
And
fungus.
then maybe we can do a subheading of mystic arts.
Cool. Then we're going to go with a dungeon type, and the examples for this, whether it's a cave, a crypt, a prison, what kind of dungeon type do we think this is?
Crypt.
A crypt?
Crypt?
So we've got a fungus mystic arts crypt, and the way that we go about dungeon design, I know JP likes it. If you've read Cairn 2E, there's an emphasis on it in their dungeon making rules as well, is what was this crypt doing before it is whatever it is now? So it must have been built however many hundreds of years ago, I imagine, before it was taken over by fungus. What was the purpose? I guess it's a crypt, so it holds dead people, but who are these dead people, and what's the background and the original purpose behind this thing being built?
Maybe it was meant to keep them fresh so that they might be worshipped better or revered better.
So you fresh, so you might be worshipped better. So you're thinking like people were cryogenically frozen in here? Okay.
Oh.
Come back.
A cryo crypt? And then they could potentially come back?
Could also do the pyramid battery thing.
What's the pyramid battery thing?
The pyramids are supposed to be a battery conduit thing, something with space. I know that's not Shadowdark, but I'm talking about like Egypt pyramids right now.
Could be.
Yeah?
So,
Type of like sacred temple thing.
Yeah. This is the next part is a secret. So what's like when this
yeah.
was built, what was the secret to whoever built this? There was the intent that probably everyone knew about, but maybe there was either the people who built it had a secret thing, or
Made out of people?
it's made out of
Made out of
people?
people.
It's fleshy? Are we doing that?
Well, like Soylent Green.
Or fungus.
Well, yes.
that kind of fits with the fungus.
Soylent Green.
Or maybe this keeps like a vampire or something vitalized or something like that. That like the people are the battery for him or something.
Oh, like a Matrix style situation?
You could take.
Okay, yeah.
So in that case, the crypt isn't for people. It's for people that are just in.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're not actually dead.
Yeah, they're not actually dead.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned behind me necromancer's place.
Yeah. Vampire food.
Yeah.
Built it under the guise of a crypt, but actually it was like a neck
It
thing.
could be fueling the magic. That's your mystic arts right there.
Maybe you need like organs to power whatever it is.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we need
Okay.
to put this in like a succinct sentence. I think.
Okay.
Because what's the log line for this dungeon?
I like necromancer.
Okay.
Who is using? Is it dead bodies or is it living people? I like that.
Living people fuel his necromancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that if there are living people that are in stasis there, and if the dungeon is somehow also made of people, that would definitely fuel a fungus growth of some kind.
The fungus is controlling them like The Last of Us almost.
Okay, so like we're talking Last of Us fungus zombies?
Might be jumping ahead here.
Yeah.
But we
have to stay exactly on the agenda.
Yeah, we need to have the next one is the current occupants. So something that if the necromancer is built this crypt to harvest energy or something, there needs to be some sort of foil conflict going on. So maybe the fungus is a new thing that gets introduced that is causing problems.
Yeah, so the fungus I think is like one of our factions then that's in here, and then the other faction is this
Is the
necromancer?
mystic
Mystic
arts
ar-
necromancer.
And you'll have to excuse me if I make typos on this because I'm not taking a lot of time to correct them.
Yeah,
so
just go fast.
the cryo crypt. We also wanted to determine that there's going to be a secret entrance that Jack Casey-ing designed. We don't have to decide what room that's going to be in, but I think we do want to keep in mind that we want there to be another entrance that isn't just into room one.
Maybe an entrance comes through one of the cryocrypt chambers, the actual like size.
Oh yeah, so there's like a sarcophagus, a cryo sarcophagus that if you pull one back, it's actually a passageway that leads outside. I like that. What do you think?
Yeah, or some sort of vent or something.
I like that. Okay, one.
Like rather than pushing their way out of the coffin, they just dug in behind it and that.
What about some sort of nice passageway? As much as Star Trek Discovery is interesting, like it being able to teleport via like the fungal routes that line their way throughout.
Ooh, that's cool.
Okay.
So-
I assume everyone is intimately familiar with Star Trek Discovery in this room, being nerds that we are. Yeah.
So some sort of teleportation. Maybe it's not secret entrance, but like room to room.
Yeah.
Maybe we can cross off some of these paths, and you go from 3 to 5 by stepping on some weird fungus.
Yeah, I think that sounds
Yeah.
great.
In that vein, the magic in the place has become corrupted. It sends you to a random room instead of
Ooh, yeah. Doesn't always work correctly.
Yeah, and it's one way like that.
All right. So the next thing we want to do is we want to talk about what the original rooms, like what kind of rooms would you find in a crypt? And that'll help us decide what was room 3, what was room 6 used for originally, and that will help us influence what's going on in there right now.
Preparation, yeah.
Like a lab.
Prep room, lab to prepare them. Yeah, maybe that's kind of the same thing. There's the actual like burial room, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, it's stored.
Okay.
I feel like there'd be a place to pay respects or do the like initial service.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is there
Where the treasure is, maybe?
is there a way that this necromancer is like luring people to this place?
I think that's the adventure hook.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But that would maybe be like the first room.
Could be getting fresh bodies by like tempting them to come in and then trapping them and using them for it.
Right.
Yeah, like a ceremonial room
So
or.
this is a secret crypt underneath a bar in Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Oh, hospitals.
or a good look, or what appears to be a good aligned church or temple, just like the mobsters have their vault underneath the church in John.
Yeah. Come get healed, but actually,
Yeah.
we're gonna get stolen away.
Yeah.
So is it a
It could be a hospital that's a convent or something.
yeah? Is there like a priest or something that
Yeah.
will heal you? The necromancer's charading as a priest that'll heal people.
So I think this ties into the adventure hook. This is probably going to be room 1, I would imagine. It's some sort of a temple where there's a priest that'll heal you. Maybe it's because your adventuring party is returning from raiding some other dungeon, and there's a promise of, come on over, we provide healing for weary travelers.
Maybe they can do some more restorative, replace your limb or something.
Okay, so pretty
yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
I saw a hand up over here.
I just had an idea for one of the random encounters is that some of the holy water might be infested with fungus spores and might
Oh, yeah.
plunge into some trance or something like that.
Corrupt holy water.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then that might maybe, I mean, I love, and I think if we want to talk about specifically Shadowdark, a lot of the magic items have benefits and curses. So I like that because I see that as if a player drinks that holy water, they might get the benefits of the holy water, but then there's something with that fungus that curses them later. Or maybe that allows them to navigate these mycelial networks
Or like wild
differently.
magic, like a wild magic table.
To aid with the restorative limb rumor is that some of these limbs are created out of the fungus, which connects you to the network.
Okay. Yeah.
You become like a part fungus, and that's how you regrow your limb.
We did talk about, someone did mention that the dungeon was made of people.
yeah.
So it's made of fungus limbs. I think that is like how that connects there, and they harvest them to attach them back on you.
And now enemies can just come out of the wall.
You punch the wall, punches back.
I like that. There's arms and stuff hanging out the walls.
But like with the, I mean, that ties back into the adventure hook with the time pressure. If one of the players drinks it, maybe there's a timer, like a torture timer, where it adds a little bit more pressure. Like you have 3 hours
Yeah.
to get to the end, or you become
Part of the
part of
dungeon.
the dungeon.
Yeah, you're fungifying.
You were given one of these bad limbs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say though, since it's a convention game and it's a healing temple, but you don't want to start off the characters wounded, you're coming back. One of your compadres, one of your party members, did not go on last adventure because they were so gravely wounded. They went there. You're coming back with the loot pay off, but no
Okay.
from your fellow adventurers.
I think that's the hook. I think the hook is you're coming back to pay off the debts to this priest for healing your
former party member who's gone missing. You don't want people to start off wounded.
As a non-convention game, the hook is a results on the browsing table.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good old Shanghai.
Yeah.
An alternative, like to have it come back and pay off, could be somebody that's an NPC that's like missing an arm or something, heard about it and has paid you to basically protect them on their trail and coming here. So you're here as a protection for them. Your patron,
Royal, yes,
yeah.
Needs a new arm.
Do you think so? I'm leaning towards there's already someone here that you're trying to just.
You already have a connection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you think you're retrieving them, but it probably turns out you're actually rescuing them.
Yeah. We gotta
Yeah,
do
yeah,
rooms.
we gotta go to, yeah, let's do rooms. What, we want to,
As people get used up with the magic, they shrivel up. So you have one room to dispose of the body.
okay, a body disposal room. Okay. Let's start with room number 1, and I'm feeling from the crowd, we talked about a temple where they would meet the priest, and I think that makes sense. Room number 1, at least, is the chapel area or whatever.
Okay.
Does that sound
Yep.
good? Does that
Yeah,
sound good to
yeah.
everyone? Temple, chapel, and then there's going to be the guardian, who I think is the priest itself.
Or a warrior nun.
Or warrior nun?
Yeah, I think some minion of the priest. Because we want to save the priest necromancer for later, right?
He's probably the big bad.
Yeah.
So what's this minion? What are they doing? They're greeting people at the door? Is there?
The warrior nun, that seems like she's a nice old nun, really isn't.
I like that.
Or managed to knock off her veil and see like mushroom.
Yeah.
Ooh.
To her habit or whatever. She got a big floppy. Is that what those are called? Habits?
I have no idea.
What is it? Wimple.
Wimple.
Of course, Wimples.
I think Wimple the nun is maybe the...
Okay, yes. With large Wimple, of course.
Can her name be Wimple?
Your name can be Wimple.
It's such a fun one.
Please.
Her primary weapon is a ruler.
There's lines and veils here. I don't think there's people that don't want to deal with that. What do we got, Ben?
What if she's actually a doppelganger, and so she can play all sorts of different roles, and that's just the one that shows up?
So she's a doppelganger for someone who is a real nun who is fungified?
Sure.
Oh, if the fungus can
You can
appear.
build that in. The fungus can
Yeah.
basically
Look like
reimagine anyone who's been absorbed into the network.
Yeah.
So it's essentially giving the fungus a doppelganger ability.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And since the dungeon is fungus, is the people, every instance we see of a person is actually the dungeon manifested.
Yeah, someone who's been absorbed.
I like that. But I also think that there has to be a twist in there where there's one person that isn't, right?
Though your former party is not all the way like an alien, they're up in the thing, maybe you can rescue them. That should add a stake when you get there, or maybe you should put them out of their misery. I don't know.
So
Anna did good.
I think the way I'm picturing this in my head, then, I'm trying to put everything together. So I think there's this warrior nun, and I think that maybe even the party is familiar with this person as a human or whatever, and they don't know that she's been replaced by this fungus version of her. Because I think it would make the party comfortable. It wouldn't have them on guard at first, which means that she could either ambush them somehow, or maybe she allows them in and because she knows like what's beyond this room is more horrors that await for them. What are we thinking? Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
The thing though about the fungus people, the only thing is their skin texture. It's become like cold, like that cold moist touch of a mushroom.
Yeah.
And if the dungeon can do this for everyone that's in there, that means every player character that dies can come back to fight the...
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
All right, so I think we know what's going to be in room number one, this fungified woman, and her motivations are to
Trapping
treat
people, right?
to funnel people into the dungeon.
And maybe the more hit points it gets funneled in, the more power it creates, which is why you're not inviting just the sick and infirm. Like you want adventurers to go down there because they have more hit points and more power.
The nuns could think that they are worshiping a sun god, but they're actually worshiping a or something like that.
Yeah. Something we skipped over is the sort of adversarial nature of what's happening in this place, regardless of the players being there.
Yeah.
It's a little one-dimensional if
Everything is the fungus.
So the fungi goals could be to grow and escape.
to just keep growing and
Mancer is trying to keep it in so he can contain the inner and funnel it to himself.
So we're thinking the necromancer has a tenuous relationship, a tenuous deal with this fungus. It's using it for its own purposes, but the fungus has its own sort of goals.
I think it might be cool if the fungus is causing problems for the necromancer. So the fungus isn't exactly helpful to the players,
Yeah.
but it's also maybe they can figure out a way to use it against the necromancer.
If the fungus is absorbing the people that the necromancer is drawing the power from.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe the fungus is becoming more sentient as it absorbs more people.
love it.
Okay, so I'm just trying to put all this
Yeah,
together
yeah.
again. So I think this necromancer priest, I think there's an element to inviting the party in to take care of this fungus problem, and then once that fungus problem is taken care of, then they themselves are going to try to keep the adventuring party there to do their stuff, necromancy.
If our party members were coming to retreat.
Yeah, and then that negates the fungi nun.
So if we add in one individual in there who's not part of it, they're actually from the nun order that this place used to be, that's been taken over by the necromancer, that was then taken over by the fungus. And there's one lowly nun in there who's trying to restore it back to its actual...
Yeah, okay. What if our warrior nun isn't fungified and her job is usually to get people to come in and be sacrificed to necromancer, but now she sees these adventurers coming in and is, oh hey, maybe they can help
The fungus problem.
with the fungus problem.
And I don't think we have to lose our original hook of having the adventurer there, because it could be like, hey, we were trying to heal this person and they've been taken by the fungus. Can you help help us, help them, your friend.
And then you find out later that your friend is going to be sacrificed to necromancy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ben.
It also could, like, the payment is deal with the dungeon and will heal one of the players in the group, which adds a ticking clock on that, because they may be infirm for whatever reason occurred. And if you complete it in time, in addition to just the fucking torches, you also have the ticking clock to your friend that one of the people is going to die, which adds more fun underground.
Yeah.
Someone gets to collect that body if you're not fast enough.
Yeah. Just a quick time check. I think we have 25 minutes.
We're doing good.
We're doing good?
Yeah, I think we're doing great.
Okay. So we know the one thing over here?
So the goals and secrets for the...
Yes.
The secret is that it's becoming sentient, and if it hits sentience, it'll escape.
And then, do we have a secret for the Mystic Art Necromancer Priest?
How about
It's losing control.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how about he's using some of his necromantic energy to hold a loved one in actual stasis?
Like a Mr. Freeze situation? Mr. Freeze situation?
Not played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No.
Or played by Arnold.
I could. There's.
That's our job now. It is a cryo chamber to do an Arnold voice when we are enacting this character.
Get in the coffin. Am I right? Yeah.
That's still better than my Arnold.
Oh, interesting.
And then as over the couple of hours of play, the creep moves up to each level. Go back out or back in, it changes the dynamic.
You know, we talked about how this map is not an exact representation of the layout or whatever. This is making me think that this is a little more vertical than I pictured imaginally. One's the temple, 3 and 2 are a level, 4 and 4 is a level, 5, 6 is a level, and 7, 8 is a level. So you're doing a downward crawl to get that sort of upward push from the fungus. I like that.
Like an alien hive at the bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
That would also play a little bit into, I think someone said, like, sun god worship, and that's where the nun isn't really fungus, but is trying to bring it back. Pyramid.
Yeah.
The top is the most holiest where the nun is, because it's closest to the sun.
Are we going to connect sun god to cryo?
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually a sun god. I think they think that, but
Right, yeah.
I mean, I don't dislike the sun god idea, but I think that we could keep the temple a generic temple to Ord or whatever to keep it reined in for a one shot a little bit. Not that I don't like the idea. So maybe we should start also like working our way backwards a little bit. Since,
good,
so
yeah.
we know what's at the top of this dungeon. So what's going to be at the bottom? And this is probably where that necromantic priest is being held. Maybe. They could be anywhere.
So do you want the bottom to be the fungal layer or the necromancer layer?
Maybe 8 is the fungal layer and 7 is the necromancer layer. Yeah.
What if 8 is where the fungus is and 7 is like the necromancer, or no, 7 is where the necromancer's at, and 8 is like their completely gobbed up laboratory.
Yeah.
But that's where the fungus is.
That's where the fungus started in the disposal chamber.
What if the neck is trapped in 8 by the fungus in 7 and can't get out?
Can't get out?
I think maybe that would be where the adventure would be, trapped by the fungus in 8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the secret ways in is a tunnel that comes out through one of the crypts. Maybe that's what 8 is, and there's that secret tunnel that escapes. And 8 was almost like a cavern where this fungus started to grow and made its way through a crack into 7, and that's what created like the tunnel there.
What if one of the teleport things puts them in 8 and they have to go out of the dungeon instead of down?
Ooh. What if going from 1 to 2 is actually going from 1 to 8 and they start at the bottom?
And then who they're trying to rescue is an 8, and they actually have to deal with keeping an innocent alive, the whole problem.
That could be fun.
Is it fun? You think it's fun?
Yeah, are we saving someone or are we
Yeah, but I was
I
like
think
the
it's both.
motivation for if they find something in 6 or 7, what would make them go to 8? And if it's to save that person, we could teleport it, and then the stuff with the fungal moving or taking over means something going out.
JP, your call. What do you?
Okay, what I think is the nun in room 1, Sister Wimple, isn't totally aware of what's going on with the fungus.
Yeah.
So her job is still to make sure everybody gets captured for the necromancer.
Okay.
Somehow going from 1, come get healed or come find your friend or whatever, will take you to room 8.
Directly from room 1.
Yep. And you're in the crypt. You find out everybody's being sacrificed for this necromancer.
So so we talked about the fungal transportation, and if she's not aware of the fungus, then how is
Right,
she
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because kind of gave them a little holy water when they come to the temple, like as part of the ritual and all. That would hook them up to the mycelial network to ship them to 8.
But it then creates branching paths, which could potentially be a good hook, where if you take it, you have this one adventure where you're escaping, or you don't, and you're fighting your way down.
Let's leave some agency for the players.
Yeah. Nah.
No.
Railroad, baby. Yeah.
Train
Still
conductor
doesn't
is in the
have to know
building.
that the fungus is there.
Yeah, I think the holy water's infected and she doesn't know.
Yeah.
And I think that has and players can choose to drink it or not, and the ones that do have weird things happen to them later on. Yeah.
And that gives a little more alternative incentive. So if we do have it where they're going like top down, trying to find their adventuring friend who is supposed to be in here, and they find something good, he wasn't that great of a friend. You drank the water, and now you have to find a solution, antidote to it, almost.
Yeah. Does drinking the fungified water put a timer on the players? You know, a half hour, they can start getting spores spread out of their skin.
And starts feeling that cold, spongy mushroom.
Yeah.
Thing we were talking about.
Nature, every time there's a poison, there's an antidote right next to it. So they have to get down to the cavern in 8 to try to find.
In case no adventurer take it, you still have like their party member that they're retrieving.
Yeah.
Yep.
So party members maybe in 4 or 5.
Yep.
5 or 6.
Cool. Yeah. So I think as a note for GMs, I think this is where the timer comes in. This adventure you're running is 4 hours for tonight. So I think that I'd say start a timer for 3 hours after people start drinking that water. And then you can slowly describe things happening to those people as time progresses or something.
Great.
So, yeah. That brings us back, I think, to the bottom, because I think this what we're kind of discussing has changed this a little bit. Or is the crypt still at the bottom? Is that where the fungus comes from? Are we happy with that? It's where the root of it is? Yeah.
I think the fungus should go in the middle.
Okay.
So it's splitting the dungeon in half.
Okay.
So you have Necromancer doing his thing at the bottom. The temple looks nice at the top. And then in between, fungus is causing
The crypt,
problems.
like the power cells has been invaded because that's where the body.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are we putting those, JP?
Okay.
4, 5, 6 was the middle, right?
Looks like 4 and 6, if they're all together, they're like the 2 crypt rooms where you've got all these bodies that he's using to power his stuff. The spores have infected them. And then 5 could be in conflict. And I really like the idea of he's a necromancer. He makes like a squad of skeletons, but they're armed with gardening implements to wipe out the mushrooms. right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A sky, a machete, and a hoe or whatever is supposed
Yeah.
We have now made Shadowdark Plants vs. Zombies.
Except fungus on plants.
Okay, sure, yeah. What I think we need to do is go back and think about what each of these rooms was before the fungus.
Okay. Yep, let's do that. So we know the first room 1 is the temple. Room 2, we made a bit of a list. Burial room, we don't think it's that. Storage. Ceremonial room, like maybe there is maybe room 2 was the private room where if someone was being interred here, this is where the family would go. This is where they would do that kind of thing.
Would you want to have the grieving room before the hospital?
That's what I was gonna
You
think.
probably don't want to pass that as you're going to see your sick.
Are we still in the hospital idea?
It's one of your.
For potential, those are just yeah.
If you're gonna do that, I love that.
Maybe not a grieving room.
Yeah, I was thinking like
You go and get prepared.
Always a
You
good
go
sitting
down.
room. I'm always a fan of that.
What do you think, JP?
How do we have entrance and then I think we need to determine how people, when someone shows up to be healed, how are they expecting to be healed? Is it a more priest nun like ritual thing, or is it what are they dunking themselves in the holy water? You know, how do people expect to be healed?
Whatever limb they like that's on the wall.
Is this the limb selection? Is there one of those where it's the showcase room? Is that so? If that's room 2, is that just room 2's original purpose? What is room 2's original purpose? Is that the original purpose?
maybe 1 is like the bouncer lobby to prove yourself, and then 2's whenever you're in.
Yeah, where it's building up. 1 is just a simple blessing. You get some water. 2, you need major healing, prick a limb. 3, you die, your body or whatever.
Yeah.
I also like between 1 and 2, there's like a curtain, but there's the 2 limbs, hands holding it. So if things go down, they can flip the curtain on to wrap someone up as a. Ooh. It said punch the wall, punches back.
It's a good
But again,
encounter.
if she's sitting in there, how is she not aware of stuff at this point? If there's literal limbs coming out of the wall holding.
Are the limbs coming out of the wall part of the fungus, Or is that's just the deal with this place?
Part of the necromancer's thing because they are limbs still.
So these are normal limbs, and then as you get down, maybe they're fungified limbs later on. Normal limbs. So I think someone mentioned this is a trap here, and I think if there's aggression, this will wrap up the first person that goes through it.
Or like a swarm of crawling claws like that.
Oh yeah.
Maybe the next level of aggression.
Yeah, we'll do some random encounters, and I think there's lots of potential there.
Oh yeah, crawling hand, like a little it.
Yeah. Oh no, that's
Goomba's in here somewhere.
Yeah, because we got crawling hands or feet. Walls reach out to grab you. Cool. So the showroom, which I really like, is walls covered in, and these are mundane body parts, I think, not fungal body parts in this room.
Because room 3 is the where you sell your body parts.
Like the deli department, like they're all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everything has to be frozen. It's a big freezer for the cryo.
I was thinking like a magic cryo.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah, you gotta keep the limbs cold.
Okay, so walls covered in mundane body parts where you can pick your new limb.
Yeah, room 2 is really cold.
Really cold.
Yeah.
And are the limbs animated? Are they moving around?
Not at first.
Not at first,
Yeah,
and
reactionary.
or maybe they're not, and then as you get down and there are more limbs and those are moving around, that's how the adventurers know that there's something different with these limbs, and that's because those have been fungified.
So the fungus isn't creating the limbs, but it's starting to inhabit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we did talk, one of the first ideas was this thing's made of bodies. So I think that kind of checks that box for us.
So the final boss room needs to look like the French catacombs. Very
Just
Yeah, creepy.
Just a bunch of talking heads.
Yeah. What are we doing behind this automobile?
The clue for the adventurers, though, is like the limbs that are not infected are whatever human skin color, whether it's, and then, I don't know, I'm just saying purple just as an odd,
Yeah.
not green, but fungal. If you start running into more, or they should be able to put together, these aren't like the other.
So we can also use the temperature for fungus isn't going to survive in the cold room.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's what's keeping the fungus inside, is it can't get past these cold rooms.
Yeah.
But if they kill off the necromancer,
The cold stops.
And that could also, because I see it as a bird trap there, that could be where if there's movement or activity in this room that it sees as a threat. Maybe that magic cold becomes colder, and if you don't find a solution to the trap, it starts dealing like cold damage.
Yeah.
Cold. Yeah.
So
okay.
we technically have 8 minutes.
We have 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Loving the ideas. They're all awesome, except for Ben's, which are terrible. No.
What could be the one-way doors we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
What do you got, Ben?
Room 4, it's where all the offal, the intestines go. It's infected with the fungal stuff, so it'll squeeze up, and that's like a trap room.
Internal.
So you try to go in, and it becomes like the trash compactor in Star Wars.
Because
Look like
Just a fungal crack.
what do we got?
Room 5 is the office of the manager, in quotes. It's probably where most of the chemicals for the embalming process are stored there, which can make it flammable and also explosive.
Okay.
Room 3 is you encounter a doppelganger of your friend you come to rescue.
Ooh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
You have to determine something's off about him. You have to figure it out.
That's a good role playing challenge there.
If room 6 is just empty, there's literally nothing there.
That's probably our storage room.
Unfortunately, everybody already knows about it.
but the floor is laid out in perfect 5x5 squares that you can see, and you're just scared to touch, and the walls and the ceiling, and you're scared to touch.
Players will spend the next 3 hours.
Yeah.
What actually happens when you walk?
So there's a DM trick for that. Every
Let's
time
hear it.
anyone moves, the DM rolls dice.
Oh, are you sure? Are you sure about that? Oh, okay. I think maybe 6 is a secret room because we don't have any secret rooms yet, and maybe there's a secret entrance at this 3-way situation here, and from room 7.
You could potentially have someone who isn't fully integrated with the mushrooms be the door, and so you're having to convince them to let you into the next room.
Oh, maybe room 6 is only accessible by falling through the floor. Like in the Harry Potter scene,
From the
they're
intestine.
they're trapped in all the roots and they have this be completely still, maybe something like that.
Frozen floor.
Frozen floor?
It lets you down, like in, what is it, Labyrinth, where the hands let you down.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Maybe, so if we have intestinal trash compactor in 4, maybe that is when all that, whatever it's compacting, gets dumped down to 6.
So if you go
Sure,
through the
yeah.
trap to get to 6.
Yeah, you have to be, if you're if the trap gets you.
You can bypass 5.
And 6 is actually where your friend is, if they tried to escape. But that way, if you get all the way to 8 and never found 6, you never find your friend.
Yeah.
I think there's got to be another way to get into 6.
Right, you can go back from 7.
Maybe 7 isn't the fastest way from 7 to 6 isn't secret, because that's where you have to go. The necromancer has to go to get the people.
Okay. Just drops into 6. So 6, secret room, junk, and this is where the friend... Is the friend trapped here by fungus? What's preventing the friend from leaving? Are they unconscious? Are they...
I think they're fungified, right? So maybe when you get to the...
Is bend and they're having a close bond in this place and wanting to stay.
Could have actually healed them as its agent.
Oh, yeah.
We already have the fungal doppelganger in 3, so I don't know if I want to have another... Does it make sense to have them fungified again? Or is it...
Maybe instead of a fungus form of them, it is the friend, but he's like in a homeostasis thing, because that particular doppelganger hasn't kept it in.
Yeah. So the friend is the result of the fungus after the 3 hours. It's a clue to if the players let the timer run out.
Yeah.
They become what the friend is.
Can I pitch my idea?
Yeah.
So I think, because we know the fungus wants to escape here, and I think the fungus made a doppelganger of the friend, and if they're like in room 3, and if the PCs go to them and be like, oh, hey, it's our friend, let's get out of here. Since room 2 is cold and we know the fungus can't get out of there, they won't go into room 2. Hey, pal, like, cool, you're healed, let's go. And they're like, oh my God, it's so cold in here. And they're like, oh, I can't, and they refuse to go. And that could tip off the party to...
And if they take the doppelganger with them into 5, the doppelganger would push it to use all the explosive stuff on 2 to burn it out and warm it up.
Yeah.
Oh, great,
And so I think there's an element of when you get fungal doppelganged or whatever, the original body is unconscious in some way. So I think that the friend in 6 would be unconscious. That'd be my...
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thatcher style.
Yeah.
Unconscious but attached to the bone.
Yeah, he's got some...
Could also be the reason that
moss
the
on him.
fungus is now...
Oh.
I was thinking for the plot twist to be that the fungus speaks. It is the friend.
There's the hive mind networking
Right.
thing where the fungus basically copies the neural pathways and thus essentially absorbs the mind itself.
Yeah, so maybe it's not a doppelganger, maybe it just is the friend.
The body is the doppelganger, but there is a melding of the
I see.
fungus
Okay,
and friend's mind together.
I like that. I like a riff on that because it allows the fungus as an entity throughout the dungeon to be reasoned with and to turn that into role play instead of just combat, which I assume everyone here's played Shadowdark. And OSR in general, you want to be able to have those options available to people, that it's not just always like hack and slash or whatever.
You use one faction against another.
Yes.
Your friend from the fungus rescued.
Okay, JP, put this all in one cohesive sentence or two for me. What are we? Yeah.
Are we still?
Tell me.
Are we still rooming it, or are we? What do we need a cohesive sentence for?
I don't know. I want you to put it together so it's all clear to us what's happening here.
Okay. I think the last thing we need to decide before that is what this necromancer is up to. What do they want with all these bodies?
I thought a Frankenstein thing, and I liked the keeping a loved one alive.
Oh, so who are they keeping alive?
Let's make it real tragic. Make it real tragic here.
Your child.
The child.
That would make it very tragic.
That's probably.
I know some people don't love like child endangerment in their games that much.
Yeah.
Oh. Pregnant wife.
Even worse.
You said make it real tragic.
Ben, what are you thinking?
Heir to the kingdom.
Ooh.
A book is that you're sent by the king or queen, the monarch. That's the word. That's the generative word. You're sent by the monarch here to check on the status or something like that. Or that's a subterfuge involved.
So if you defeat the necromancer, you're ending the bloodline of the kingdom.
And is the monarch supposed to be here? Is it known, or is this a situation where there's no true king, there's no true queen right now because nobody knows what happened to the heir to the throne, and the heir to the throne's being kept here?
That could be a rumor.
Yeah.
Oh, and
if the fungus gets to the heir to the throne,
then the fungus rules everything.
Yeah. Okay, JP.
Okay.
It's your job now to put this in one cohesive.
We have.
We'll just write it out longhand here.
We have All right, how do we, I'm not going to be able to do one complete sentence.
I would hope it'd be too long for that anyway.
So we have the healing limb, regrowing limb temple, healing temple for severed limbs. Are we putting the secrets in this sentence?
I'm just doing this for us, I think.
Okay.
I want to make sure that it's all understood, and we have a minute left.
So healing temple is actually a means to keep the
heir to the throne
alive in cryo.
Whatever.
We need to say that somehow the necromancer is. We need to say that it's like being done evilly.
I think that was assumed.
Kept alive, right?
Power the cryo chamber.
Yes, that. Yep.
Fungus is interfering with it now, but now it's sentient and it's your friend.
Yeah. Fungus is interfering, and then necromancer wants help clearing the fungus, or would appreciate help clearing. Like the necromancer and the fungus are against each other.
Yeah.
The necromancer thought, cool, the fungus is a new power source, but it got out of hand.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like initially he was maybe like cultivating it because he saw it as a power source, but then it grew beyond his means and he can no longer control it.
So it started getting smarter.
Cool. I think this is enough of an outline. If the GMs want to stick around for a little bit, we can meet out in the hallway and talk a little bit more.
Flesh out some of these things.
Make this a real thing.
So typically,
I actually like this because there's still so much unanswered that you guys won't know when you play this later.
Typically, we would flesh out these rooms a little bit more, add some random encounters, and shore up some of those like secrets and clues that would be revealed as the game goes on.
And maybe we will before you guys play it tonight.
Before you play, yeah.
So thanks for coming, guys. Oh yeah, name? So someone have a name?
King Trumpet.
No, dungeon name.
Dungeon name.
Yeah, King Trumpet. Oh, dungeon names.
There's fungus among us. Cool. And thanks for coming.